Welcome to Chanel the latest. New research has revealed the extent to which Iran has built a powerful weapons industry based on Western technology, and how that technology is being used by Russia against Ukrainian cities. Conflict Armament Research CAR, a UK-based organization which investigates weapons components, has established that the Shahed 136 drones sold to Russia by Iran are powered by an engine based on German technology illicitly acquired by Iran almost 20 years ago. The finding, made through detailed examination of components recovered in Ukraine and shared exclusively with CNN, underlines Iran's ability to mimic and finesse military technology it has obtained illegitimately. Western officials are also concerned that Russia may share Western-made weapons and equipment recovered on the Ukrainian battlefield with the Iranians. So far, there's no firm evidence that has happened. However, relations between Tehran and Moscow have grown much closer. Russia wants Iranian drones and ballistic missiles, Iran wants Russian investment and trade. Russia has become the largest foreign investor in Iran over the past year, according to Iranian officials, and for the Russians, Iranian drones are a bargain substitute for much more costly missiles, stocks of which are dwindling, according to Western officials. Experts believe that a Shahed 186, for example, costs about $20,000, a tiny fraction of the cost of a Kalibr cruise missile. Last October, the head of Ukraine's defense intelligence, Kirilo Budanov, said Russia had ordered about 1,700 Iranian drones of different types. Ukraine has proved adept at taking down the Shahed 136, but that depletes its already scarce anti-aircraft defenses. Despite a relatively low explosive charge, at up to 40 kilograms 88 pounds, an accurate strike by a Shahed 136 can still cause extensive damage. Between November last year and March 2023, CAR was able to examine components in 20 Iranian-made drones and munitions in Ukraine, about half of them Shahed 136s. It was able to confirm that the motor in the Shahed 136 was reverse-engineered by an Iranian company called Ohay Parvaz Mado Nafar, known as Mado, based in the town of Shokuhiye in Qom province. The company was sanctioned by the UK, US and European Union in December last year. CAR researchers found Mado's markings on spark plug caps in the drone's engines, as well as serial number sequences used by Mado. Mado plays a crucial role in Iran's expansive drone industry, according to Western governments and the United Nations. The same serial number pattern was also noted by UN investigators examining drone attacks on Saudi Arabia allegedly carried out by Iran's Houthi allies in Yemen, as well as missile attacks last year against Abu Dhabi, one of the United Arab Emirates. Tamer Khan, Gulf analyst at CAR, told CNN that Iran's UAV systems are constantly being refined and modernized and have proven to be increasingly accurate in terms of their targeting and guidance systems as well as the counter-jamming capabilities. The design of Mado's engine speaks to an intense Iranian effort stretching back some 20 years to acquire Western technology for its drones and missiles in the face of widespread international sanctions. In 2006, Iran illicitly acquired drone engines made by the German company Limbach Flugmotoren. 3 years later, an Iranian engineer called Yusuf Abudalevi announced his company had built a UAV engine. The company appears to have tried to conceal its role in the construction of the Shaheds, according to CAR. Its investigators found that original serial numbers on drone components found in Ukraine had been erased, in an apparent effort to disguise their origin. These modifications have prevented investigators from identifying the acquisition networks facilitating the international supply of key components into Iran, CAR says. Among other Western components acquired and copied by Iran are Czech-made missile parts. A UN expert's report in 2020 said that the engine in Iran's Quds-1 missiles used in attacks on Saudi oil refineries the previous year was an unlicensed copy of the TJ-100 jet engine manufactured by PBS Velka Bytes, in the Czech Republic. The company said it had never supplied the engine to Iran or Yemen, but Iran has become expert at evading controls on sensitive technology, in some instances using front companies. A UN panel found that parts exported by the Czech manufacturer to a company in Hong Kong in 2010 ended up in Iranian missiles used in 2019. Tamer Khan, at CAR, says that Iran has acquired Western components and technologies for its UAV program by taking advantage of the lack of supply chain visibility, which makes identifying components a critical technique in improving export control and sanction mechanisms. The drone sales have deepened Iran's relations with Russia, which were already strengthening as the two countries were increasingly locked out of international commerce and the financial system. We define our relations with Russia as strategic and we are working together in many aspects, especially economic relations, Finance Minister Ahsan Kanduzi told the Financial Times last month. The revenues from the sale of hundreds of Shahed 136 drones to Russia will likely be reinvested in further improving the industry. And the partnership may begin to explore new territory. Khan believes that, given the fact that Russia is capturing sophisticated Western weapons on the battlefield, such as the Javelin anti-tank missile, and that there is increasing military cooperation between the two countries, and Iran has proven capabilities in this regard, I think it's likely that they will collaborate on copying these types of systems. There is also the possibility that Russia will leverage its cooperation with Iran to develop its own military drone capabilities. But until that happens, Russia's military will likely remain an eager customer for hundreds more drones from Iran, a state that has made evading sanctions to build an indigenous weapons industry a fine art. The news about the destruction of S-300 air defense systems in Kherson also caught the attention of military experts who believe that Kyiv's armed forces may have tweaked their strategy a little bit, which brought the long-range air defense system closer to the front lines. Indian Air Force veteran and an avid Russia watcher, squadron leader Vijinder K. Thakur, said, "It appears that Ukraine is moving its long-range AD systems close to the battlefront, most likely to thwart painful blows glide bomb attacks on military hardware and troops gathering for an offensive." He added, military prudence would have dictated that the S-300 launchers be deployed out of the Russian Lancet 3 kamikaze drones' range of 40 kilometers. The fact that the Lancet 3 was still able to strike suggests a longer range. However, the report published in TASS did not mention which variant of the Lancet kamikaze drone was deployed to carry out these attacks. Thakur further added that the drone deployed by Russia could be an upgraded Lancet 3 variant known as the Izdeliye-51. Last week, the Lancet 3 also struck a Ukrainian patrol boat on the Dnieper River, with Russian observers claiming that Ukraine was planning a landing across the river which was thwarted by the drone attack. On its part, Russia takes great pride in the capability of its Lancet drones that continue to wreak havoc on Ukrainian positions before an impending